Hello everyone, my name is Zhileby and today we'll be talking about all the infected in the Left 4 Dead games. Common infected. They represent regular people infected by the green flu virus, which means they're the most common type, hence the name. They are essentially the same as walkers in The Walking Dead or biters in Dying Light, and as I said before, they're regular zombies, or in this case, infected. They are very dangerous, they can climb, sprint, and viciously bite and beat the shit out of anything in their path. They resemble the zombies from 28 Days Later. They are attracted to light and noise, and that's where they gather in large numbers, or in other words, hordes. Left 4 Dead 2 introduced 7 special types of common infected, known as uncommon infected. Each uncommon infected is unique to the campaign it appears in, and has its own special ability that makes it slightly more dangerous than the common infected. We have SIDA worker infected, immune to flames, can drop a bile bomb when killed. Jimmy Gibbs Jr., immune to fire, oil blinding, immune to lure of pipe bombs and bile bombs. Fallen survivor, immune to flames, high health, runs away if provoked in most cases, can drop first aid, pipe bomb, molotovs, pain pills when killed. Clown infected, lures surrounding infected nearby. Mudman, they run on all fours and have mud blinding capability. Worker infected, ignores pipe bombs under all circumstances, not affected by a bile bomb if it hits nothing. Riot infected, immune to everything but the chainsaw, explosions or flames on the front side, can drop a nightstick when killed. Now we come to the special infected. These are mutated versions of regular zombies. The special infected have higher intelligence than the common infected, as they are not attracted by car alarms or loud noises, and are able to run away if required to set up an ambush. Each special infected is unique, with its own role to fulfill. The smoker is tall, thin, and covered in big green smoky tumors, with a long, mutated tongue used to ensnare and drag survivors from a distance. He first appears in Left 4 Dead 1, and its primary role is to isolate players, pulling them away from their teams so they can be overwhelmed by the infected or finished off by other special infected. Once a survivor is captured, they're completely helpless until a teammate frees them. When the smoker is killed, it releases a thick cloud of smoke that briefly obscures vision and adds to the confusion. Its distinctive coughing and wheezing sound can alert survivors to its presence before it strikes. Hunters are fast, agile and absolutely deadly. They wear tattered hoodies and crouch low, stalking their prey in silence until they leap through the air and pounce on a survivor. Once on top, they pin their victim to the ground and slash them violently with their claws until interrupted by another player. Their high mobility allows them to reach rooftops and ledges with ease, making them unpredictable and hard to track. The growling and high-pitched scream just before the leap is often the only warning a team gets. Hunters are special infected that also first appeared in Left 4 Dead 1. The Boomer is a grotesquely obese infected whose bloated body is filled with bile. This bile serves a dual purpose. It blinds and disorients survivors, while simultaneously attracting a massive horde of common infected. Boomers move slowly, and are very fragile, but they pose a serious threat when they manage to vomit on a group. If killed at close range, the boomer explodes in a shower of bile, coating nearby players and making them prime targets for an incoming horde. Their gurgling sounds and heavy footsteps give away their presence. But in tight corridors, a well-placed boomer can easily overwhelm a team. The witch isn't an aggressive infected by default. In fact, she remains seated, sobbing softly to herself. But if provoked by loud noises, flashlights or being shot, she enters a berserk state, sprinting directly towards the offender with terrifying speed. On higher difficulties, her strike can incapacitate or even kill a survivor instantly. Witches typically appear in dark, cramped areas. Her eerie cries are amongst the most haunting sounds in the game, and facing her is a test of discipline and teamwork. Unless if you're a master of witch crowning, of course, then she is only a waste of space. There are two types of witches: the seated ones, which are usually the most common, and wandering witches. Wandering witch appears in Left 4 Dead 2. She is seen only in daylight hours, aimlessly wandering around and sobbing loudly with her head in her hands. Her constant movement makes the wandering witch harder to avoid, but she is also far more introverted and reacts only to direct attacks and physical contact. The tank is the most powerful and intimidating infected in the game. Towering over the survivors with bulging muscles and rotting flesh, the tank has immense strength and durability. It can throw chunks of concrete ripped straight from the ground, knock survivors off their feet with a single swing, and punch them across the map. The tank is usually used as a high-stake threat, appearing at key moments to test the team coordination and endurance. Fighting a tank requires focus, space to maneuver, and constant movement. If left unchecked, it can wipe out the entire team within seconds. The spitter is a female infected with a gaping mouth that ejects deadly green acid. When she spits, the acid forms a pool on the ground that deals increasing damage the longer a survivor stands in it. This makes her especially dangerous in narrow hallways, elevators, or choke points where survivors are forced to stay in one place. She's ideal for flushing players out of cover or breaking up healing and rescue attempts. The sizzling sounds of acid and her cough are signs of her presence. The Jockey is a small, twitchy infected with a weird laugh and hunched posture. It jumps on a survivor's back and takes control of their movements, steering them away from the team and towards hazards like cliffs, fire, or hordes. Its erratic movement makes it difficult to shoot off, and its strength lies in disorienting the team and separating players from safety. The Jockey is particularly dangerous when used in combinations with other infected, setting up victims for follow-up attacks. The Charger is a heavily mutated infected with one oversized muscular arm used to smash through groups of survivors. It charges forward in a straight line, grabbing the first survivor it hits and slamming them into the ground repeatedly. Anyone else caught in its path is knocked away, potentially off ledges or into other hazards. The Charger excels at disrupting tight formations and scattering players, creating openings for other special infected to strike. Though strong, it's vulnerable after a charge, and its loud stomping makes it easy to hear if you're paying attention. That's it. A quick rundown for those who are curious but haven't played Left 4 Dead. These are all the types of infected in the game. If you liked the video, please drop a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.